There's something many of us rarely notice, or maybe never even think about. That death can happen right inside the home we've always believed to be the safest place. And surprisingly, it doesn't happen out on the street or in some faraway dangerous location. It happens in the bathroom. I know that might sound unexpected, even shocking, but let's take a look at the numbers together. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, over 235,000 people are sent to the emergency room each year due to bathroom-related injuries, and more than 80% of them are aged 65 or older. The bathroom, a space we usually associate with cleanliness and simplicity, has quietly become one of the deadliest rooms in the house. And the most alarming part is, most of these accidents are preventable, if only we learn to recognize the risks early on. Now you might be thinking, I'm still strong, my legs are steady, I'm not likely to fall. But the truth is, bathroom accidents don't only happen to the frail. Sometimes all it takes is a slight slip, standing up too quickly after bending down, or a wave of dizziness from a sudden drop in blood pressure first thing in the morning, and down you go. It's the most routine movements. Stepping over the bathtub edge, reaching down for a towel, standing up from the toilet, that become the most dangerous when we're not paying close attention. In Canada, a study from the Fraser Health Institute found that 1 in 3 older adults experiences at least one fall each year, and nearly half of those serious falls happen in the bathroom. In the UK, experts from Public Health England have similarly reported that the bathroom is the #1 location for fatal falls inside the home. Perhaps the most concerning part is that these accidents often happen when we're alone, in the middle of the night, without a phone in hand, and without anyone nearby to help. In such moments, just one fall that leaves you unable to get up could mean hours of lying on a cold floor, leading to blood pooling, hypothermia, or even life-threatening complications. A study published in The Gerontologist revealed that older adults who remain on the floor for more than 1 hour after a fall are 6 times more likely to die than those who receive help within 30 minutes. Now, I know this might all sound frightening, but I'm not sharing this to scare you. I'm sharing it because we, who have already lived through more than half of life, deserve to know that the real danger doesn't come from aging, it comes from being unprepared for it. The bathroom isn't something to fear, but it does need to be prepared for, the right way. Today, we're going to explore why the bathroom is so risky for older adults, what common mistakes many of us make, and most importantly, how we can turn our bathrooms into safe, supportive spaces with just a few simple changes. None of this is difficult. You don't need to do anything extreme, just a little awareness, a little preparation, and you'll realize that safety is easier to create than most people think. When we were younger, we could hop up steps, run across slippery floors, and twist our bodies in tight spaces without a second thought. But as we reach a certain age, every movement needs to be made with more care, because one careless moment can lead to consequences our bodies may no longer be able to recover from. The bathroom isn't dangerous for older adults because it's unfamiliar. Quite the opposite. It's dangerous because it's too familiar. We go in and out of it so many times each day that we stop thinking about it. But take a closer look. The floor is often wet, the tiles are cold and slippery, the space is tight, and there's rarely anything sturdy to grab onto if we lose our balance. All it takes is a splash of water from the shower or a wet hand touching the light switch, and the risk of falling is right there. A study published in the journal Injury Prevention found that over 60% of serious falls among seniors in the bathroom are caused by slippery floors or the absence of grab bars. And as you probably know, our reaction times slow down as we age, our joints become less flexible, and our muscles aren't as strong as they used to be. A fall at 70 is very different from a fall at 30. What might be just a scraped knee for a younger person could mean a fractured hip, a head injury, or worse, being knocked unconscious in a position where you can't get help. Beyond slips and trips, there's another quiet but very real danger: sudden changes in blood pressure and temperature when entering the bathroom. Many older adults experience what's called orthostatic hypotension, a drop in blood pressure when standing up too quickly after sitting. That can lead to dizziness, blurred vision, or even fainting. And if that happens while you're standing under the shower or stepping into the tub, the consequences can be severe. Add to that the shock of water that's too hot or too cold, and you've got increased strain on the heart, enough to trigger a heart attack or stroke, especially in those with underlying cardiovascular conditions. A study from Harvard University reported that temperature shifts of more than 10 degrees Celsius, 18 degrees Fahrenheit, between the room and the bath water significantly increase the risk of sudden cardiac events in seniors. Just picture it. You step out of a warm bed into a cold bathroom on an early winter morning. Your hands and feet are stiff, the floor is cold and slick, and then you blast hot water onto your body. If your heart is already weary from the years, that's a real shock to the system. What makes it even riskier is that the bathroom is usually a private place, and most of us don't want anyone following us in, no matter our age. But that means when something goes wrong, no one hears the fall, and no one comes in time to help. Some studies have shown that the longer someone remains on the floor after a fall, the higher the risk of death. Lying on cold tiles for even an hour can lead to severe hypothermia, blood clotting, kidney failure, and a range of other complications if no help arrives quickly. On top of that, a lifetime of independence can sometimes become a barrier to accepting help. Many older adults refuse to install grab bars, avoid using shower chairs, or think that having an emergency alert device feels like admitting weakness. But let me tell you, the bathroom doesn't care if you're strong or frail. All it takes is 1 second of lost balance. And if you can use a grab bar to prevent a fall or press a small button to call for help, that's not weakness. That's wisdom. You see, the dangers in the bathroom don't come from carelessness. They come from how familiar the space is, so familiar that we stop being cautious. But today, we've taken a moment to face those risks, not to be afraid of them, but to understand them. Because once we understand, we can prevent. And you'll see, it only takes a few small adjustments to make a big difference. With just a little preparation, you can protect yourself every single day. Some of the most common mistakes happen not because we don't care, but because we think we don't need to. We believe we're still capable, still strong, still steady on our feet. And maybe we are most days. But accidents don't wait for our best days. They happen on the off days when we're tired, distracted, or moving just a little too fast. One of the biggest mistakes is not having grab bars installed in the bathroom. In many older homes, bathrooms were built with design in mind, not safety. That means no sturdy bars near the toilet, the shower, or the bathtub. You might think you don't need them because you can still stand or sit just fine. But grab bars aren't for when everything's going well. They're there to save you when it's not. According to the National Institute on Aging, adding grab bars in the toilet area, inside the shower, and along the bathtub can reduce the risk of falls by up to 46% in seniors. Another common mistake is using the wrong kind of bath mat, or no mat at all. Many people still use soft cloth mats that slide easily or become waterlogged and slippery. What you really need is a rubber, non-slip mat with strong grip, placed both inside the shower and right outside it. For tiled floors, you can even apply anti-slip adhesive strips or mats that stick directly onto the floor. These simple additions can dramatically improve stability, and they don't cost much. Then there's the issue of bathing at the wrong time of day, like right after a meal, while hungry, or late at night. After eating, blood flows more toward your stomach and away from your brain and muscles. That can make you lightheaded or weak. Bathing on an empty stomach can cause a drop in blood sugar, especially if you have diabetes or are on medication. And nighttime showers, especially in colder months, can cause sudden temperature drops, making the body more prone to heart stress. According to Harvard Health Publishing, bathing in very hot water late at night can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, especially in adults over 65. Another overlooked danger is stepping over the high edge of a traditional bathtub. This simple movement can be risky if your balance is off or your legs aren't lifting as easily as they used to. While soaking tubs may feel relaxing, they're not always senior-friendly. If remodeling isn't possible, consider using a transfer bench or bath seat, which allows you to slide in and out more safely while seated. These are simple tools that add stability without taking away your independence. We also need to talk about lighting. Many falls happen at night, when someone wakes up to use the bathroom and doesn't want to turn on bright overhead lights. Moving through dark hallways or dimly lit bathrooms is dangerous when your depth perception and contrast sensitivity are already reduced with age. According to the American Optometric Association, seniors need 3 times more light than younger adults to see clearly. Installing motion sensor nightlights or soft pathway lighting can make a world of difference. These lights turn on automatically as you move, guiding you safely without startling your eyes. And finally, there's a mistake that comes not from the bathroom itself, but from our own pride, refusing support out of stubbornness or fear of appearing weak. Many older adults are hesitant to use shower chairs or wear emergency alert devices because they think it makes them look fragile. But the truth is, these tools are signs of strength, not weakness. They show that you're smart enough to plan ahead, wise enough to protect yourself, and courageous enough to admit, I care about living safely. So if you recognize any of these mistakes in your own bathroom, don't feel ashamed, feel empowered, because now you know. And once we know, we can make changes. And those changes, small as they may seem, can be what saves you from the unthinkable. If there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that the biggest changes in life often come from the smallest adjustments. You don't need to tear your bathroom apart or spend thousands of dollars. Sometimes, all it takes is a grab bar, a brighter light, or a better bath mat to turn a high-risk space into one that supports your safety, day in and day out. So where do you start? Start with the essentials. Install grab bars in the right places. According to the National Safety Council, the 3 key areas are beside the toilet, inside the shower or tub, and near the bathroom door. These bars don't have to be bulky or unattractive. Today, you can find stylish, easy-to-install options that blend right into your space. And more importantly, they give you something solid to hold on to when your body needs that extra bit of support. Think of it not as a decoration, but as a reliable second hand that's always there when you need it most. Next, keep your bathroom floor dry and slip-resistant. If you're using fabric mats that slide or curl at the edges, it's time to upgrade. Use non-slip rubber mats with strong grips on the bottom, both inside the shower and just outside it. You can also apply adhesive grip strips on tile surfaces, which add extra traction without changing the look of your bathroom. These small additions can dramatically reduce your risk of slipping, especially when your feet are wet or unsteady. One thing many people overlook is the value of a shower chair or bath bench. If you often feel tired standing or take medications that affect your balance, sitting down while you bathe can be a lifesaver, literally. According to the American Geriatric Society, using a shower chair can reduce fall risk by over 30% in adults over 70, especially in the morning when dizziness is more common. A sturdy seat gives your legs a break, keeps your body stable, and eliminates the danger of losing balance while shampooing or rinsing off. Now let's talk about lighting. If you're waking up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, it's critical that your path is fully illuminated. The best solution is to install motion sensor nightlights in your hallway and bathroom. These lights automatically turn on when they sense movement and turn off when you leave. No need to fumble for switches in the dark. You can even place soft LED lights along the floor or near the toilet for extra visibility. As we age, our vision naturally declines, and a well-lit path can prevent a life-changing fall. What about emergencies? If something does go wrong, having a way to call for help quickly is essential. You don't always have your phone in the bathroom, and you may not be able to reach it if you've fallen. That's why waterproof emergency buttons, worn on the wrist or mounted to the wall, can be lifesavers. Some devices can even automatically detect a fall and alert your loved ones. They're not expensive, and they're not a burden. They're a lifeline. It's also important to choose the right time and condition for bathing. Avoid showering right after eating, when you're feeling weak, or late at night when the house is cold and quiet. Bathe during the day when you're more alert and someone is nearby, just in case. If you feel dizzy, short of breath, or off balance, wait, sit down. Drink some water. Come back later. A shower can always wait. Your health can't. And finally, share this information. Talk about it with your spouse, your children, or your neighbors. Safety isn't just a personal responsibility, it's a family conversation. When everyone understands the risks and the solutions, we can help each other stay safe and independent for as long as possible. You don't need to do everything at once. Just start with one change today. Maybe it's a new light, maybe it's a grab bar, maybe it's just admitting it's time I took this seriously. Because those small decisions you make today could be the very things that protect you tomorrow. I once heard an older friend say, "Living to an old age isn't the hard part. What's hard is growing old without becoming a burden and not falling because of something you could have prevented." At the time, I just nodded. But the more I think about it, the more I realize how true that is. Aging doesn't happen all at once. It shows up slowly, in small changes we often don't want to admit. Legs that tire more easily, eyes that don't adjust to light the way they used to, hands that shake just slightly, or balance that wobbles when we least expect it. But if we can learn to accept those changes, not with fear but with understanding, then growing older can still be safe, steady, and full of dignity. I know it's not always easy. Some people hesitate to install grab bars in the bathroom or to sit while showering because it feels like giving in to age. Others don't want to bother their children or don't like the idea of wearing a medical alert device. But here's the truth. You don't prepare because you're weak. You prepare because you're wise. Imagine this. By simply adding a light, installing a bar, replacing a slippery rug, or changing when you choose to shower, you've just made your daily life safer. You've taken control. You've chosen independence, not by pretending nothing has changed, but by adapting smartly to the changes that have come. If your bathroom or a loved one's bathroom still has risks, now is the time to make it safer. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. You don't need a full renovation. One small change at a time is enough. The bathroom will always be part of your daily routine. Why not make it a place you walk into with confidence instead of hesitation? And if anything in this video helped you, if it made you think about your own home or someone you care about, please share it. Sometimes all it takes is one story, one reminder, or one simple nudge to prevent a tragedy. Your voice, your awareness might be what protects someone else. We can't turn back time, but we can make our later years wiser, safer, and more thoughtful. And if you've made it to the end of this message, then I know you're already the kind of person who's ready to do just that. Thank you for being here with me. And if you've ever had your own experience, a near fall, a bathroom change that made a big difference, or even just a tip worth sharing, please leave a comment below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear.